Okay, welcome everybody. I am here with Dr. Jen Horton, and we are here to talk about lots of amazing things, I think, and I know. And first, I just wanted to tell you how I met Jen and what our relationship is, and we have an exciting program to talk to you about. And really, we wanted to talk to you about the importance of connection and community to your health. Okay, so hi, Jen.
Hi, Jenny.
Welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for doing this interview.
Yeah.
So to everyone watching, just a quick background with Jen and I. We met a few years ago, and when she joined my doTERRA team, and this was about in 2017. And every single year we have a convention where doTERRA essential oils, just to give you a little bit of background, is the fastest growing essential oil company in the world right now. And it's really because of their pursuit of purity. And when we say pursuit of purity, we're talking about purity in oils, purity in the way that we do business with our farmers and the way that we pay them fairly, and just the pursuit of the purity of relationships, right? So in all senses of the word, that is what our biggest mission is. And so every year we go to a convention. This is where farmers will come on stage, where the founders will come on stage, where our medical advisors will come on stage and tell us all the latest research and the groundbreaking studies that are going on in this field. And I was sitting next to Dr. Jen, and she actually had this aha moment. And as a conventional doctor, she said kind of out loud, as one of the founders was speaking, she says, the only way that I can help other people in an authentic way is to actually leave the conventional medicine world. And she did that. And so I kind of wanted to just bring her on today and see what she's been doing since then. And so, Jen, I'll kind of leave it to you just to give us a little background. Tell me what you've been doing since that moment, and if there's anything else I left out in that intro. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Thank you, Jenny. So my aha moment was in 2018 at that convention you spoke of. And then I had to get the guts to really do it. And so I ended up leaving a year ago, April. So I'm a family medicine doctor by training, been practicing for 16 years and always more holistically inclined. Patients would seek me out because I was seen as being, quote, more open to alternative therapies. So I started studying it more intensely, and that led me, along the way to becoming a yoga teacher, to learning about essential oils, because I just wanted to, when I became a mom, I wanted to get toxins and things out of my house, number one. I just wanted to have other options and tools for my family's health. And it just started to become very natural part of kind of the whole person approach that I pride myself in when seeing patients. But again, I knew that in order for me to really live this dream and help people fully, I had to leave. So, that took some preparation along the way. I've done extra training in functional medicine and continued to learn about the oils, to share the oils. And I also knew the only way I could share oils and teach in a way that I felt was authentic and uncensored would be by leaving conventional medicine. So now I felt like once I left, I had this weight lifted off my shoulders. So, but being an entrepreneur is a lot different than showing up and just knowing you get to take home a paycheck and you just have to check the boxes. And, but again, it just wasn't meaningful. I wasn't living my purpose. I felt like I was just in front of the computer all day long and treating a computer instead of, a patient. Right. So,
Yeah.
And again, I am not against conventional medicine. There is a time and a place. I just feel like it's good for certain things and it leaves some holes for other things. And I feel that patients deserve to know about the whole picture. And then they work with their doctor to personalize things and figure out what they need. And I feel that, everything that I love, yoga and meditation and the oils and integrative medicine, in the last year, I've been figuring out how I weave all that together. And so I'm going to talk about a program today that I feel kind of weaves a lot of it together. But, you know, for me, doTERRA and the essential oils, like Jenny said, the purity, I mean, for me as a healthcare provider, I have to be able to fully trust anything that I would recommend. And by far, you know, this company, you know, they have set the standard and the bar that, you know, really, I don't think anybody else right now is able to meet or keep up with. And so when we're talking about these potent plant tools, they have to be pure because they're going into your cells. They're being absorbed immediately, and they cannot be tainted with anything or manufactured in any way. So again, they're a tool. They're part of the big picture. But I really feel too that the essential oil community and that lifestyle draws a person who wants alternatives and who wants to be proactive about their health and who listens to their body first. And I think that is so key to being a well-informed patient, is you need to advocate for yourself and you need to listen. And the oils and the plants, you know, are a beautiful way for a lot of people to go down that path that maybe they just didn't feel comfortable doing before.
Now you talked, you know, one of the other reasons that I was so drawn to your passion is because, you know, I have tons of customers, like hundreds of customers using the essential oils, but you are actually one of the few that started coming to me and saying, listen, I am like super committed to growing my doTERRA business. So can you talk a little bit more about that? And you also mentioned your dreams, and I'd love to hear you expand a little bit more on your dreams as a whole and how doTERRA actually fits into that.
Well, again, I just felt very passionate that people deserve to have this information. And I felt that again, when I was in the conventional world, I just didn't have time to teach classes, honestly, and to share this information. And so I knew that in order for me to have that space and that energy, I had to step away. You know, in terms of how it fits into the whole big picture, you know, again, I think it's one, it wakes up that voice in somebody about just asking questions and being proactive about their health. And then I think, and again, the field is just growing in terms of research, and doTERRA spearheading a lot of that in their medical clinics. You know, I think time will show us that these oils are going to have a significant role in, you know, helping symptoms and hopefully, you know, full-on disease processes. Obviously, with the FDA, we can't say these are equivalent to pharmaceuticals. I'm by no means saying that, but again, especially when we're talking about conditions that, you know, I think Western medicine doesn't have a very good answer for, particularly things like chronic pain or even, you know, chronic, just low-grade GI symptoms that might not be something big and bad and scary like a cancer or a Crohn's disease or something like that, but people are still impacted negatively. Again, this is where I feel that the oils and being proactive about you know, one's health, you know, it all starts to weave together. And so, you know, my dream is, you know, I have my own practice where I certainly, for people who need more attention and have more issues, we work one-on-one. But I also want to work with people who just want to be proactive about their health. But then on the other hand, I want to work with people through teaching and educating and classes where, you know, maybe that's all they need. They don't need a big workup or have a big issue, but they just want to prevent disease. So again, you know, my dream is, and what I'm trying to build and live now is bringing all that together.
Okay. Now, we've been talking lately, and I've seen your posts and gotten a beautiful newsletter recently about this new program that you're leading called Rebel Tribe. And so you're leading this program that actually merges the holistic health with self-care, women in community, and tools like essential oils and meditation and yoga to help women engage in meaningful self-care and advocate for themselves, like you've been saying. So I wanted to kind of pull out one part of that newsletter that really struck me, which was that you mentioned that obstacles are blocking women's path to thriving health. And so this really struck me because with the new Yoga Firm program that I just launched, it's really designed to help women who have been through difficult life challenges, relationship challenges, negative self-talk, feeling unworthy. And for me, of course, it's through yoga and movement and affirmations and maybe eventually the oils. But can you talk a little bit about, the obstacles that you were talking about and how that really ties in, and how the oils tie in and how this dream of yours ties into this program that's coming up. And I'd love to hear more about the program.
Yeah. So often for me, when I'm working, with patients, there's deeper things that are behind why they have certain symptoms or disease or don't feel well. Many times it's related to, past trauma, different lifestyle factors. But women, I think, often there's a running loop of negatives, of doubt and fear and self-talk, able or equipped to make these changes in my life. That can lead to loneliness and feeling isolated. And then that can just trickle into, one's food choices, one's relationship choices, if they even move their body or not. And I think, my concern as a physician in the setting of the world we're living in with this present viral threat, is stress, we know, makes us sick. And it does that by tearing down our gut, which can then impair our liver and detoxification systems. But the bottom line is, if we're running around stressed for whatever reason, and that leads to poor food choices, emotional stress, and then inflammation in our body that, as a functional doctor, I can actually measure on different labs, somebody's going to be sick. But reeling us back is, again, with how we're living now, it's the community, it's isolation. And I would argue we felt very isolated even before all of this. And so the power, and there's medical research to show, when people come together in groups, they can make way more progress on their health and lifestyle changes and behavior modification as a group than if they're isolated by themselves. And obviously, right now we can't literally come in a room together, but thankfully with technology we can get around that. And that's why that's why I am a leader of this Rebel Tribe program, because it brings women together to learn about their bodies, which, I find a lot of women just don't understand how their hormones work, or don't understand how they can eat to reduce inflammation, or what detoxification even means, and what's safe and what's not, and what should they be doing. So it's me as the physician, I am guiding people through a curriculum that is on different health topics. But then with the power of community, we have women supporting each other in sisterhood and not tearing each other down and being vulnerable and, really being uncovering their true authentic self. I mean, and that's, and finding your purpose, which is the whole meaning of why we're here. Right. So, and I just felt so passionate, especially now, that women need this connection and this community. So, I mean, that's why, I started this Rebel Tribe program here in Colorado.
I love it. And so, what does the program look like, kind of generally, and when does it start, and how long does it go for, and where can people find out more about it?
Yeah. So I'm having an information night on Tuesday, May 12th at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay. And I have an Eventbrite link that you can sign up for. It's free. I can send you the recording if that time doesn't work for you. The program is going to start at the end of May. It's Thursday, the 28th, I think. Apologize, I don't have that date on top of my head, but basically it's the last Thursday of May.
We'll have that posted here with the video.
It'll be posted here, yeah. It's actually a 10-month journey, and it sounds like a lot, but it's once a month. It's a curriculum. We come together. It's a 2-hour time period that we come together once a month. there is a workbook, there is a journal. We want people to kind of partner up with buddies on the outside when, we're not meeting. So it's just building this community of women who each month we go through a different theme, my menstrual cycle, my thyroid, my detoxification, my vision, where we, get into just, asking in our hearts, what you even want. So it's by, I think, starting at the body and the physical level, we start to wake up one's, intuition, one's heart, which, ultimately, if that's broken, people aren't going to be well. So, it's the complete package and an experience that honestly, I think is going to be, hopefully even more therapeutic for myself. Because as a physician, it's a long road. You decide you're pre-med and you take all the tests and you go to medical school and the boards and the residency, and you're just taught that, you just need to put everything off and just keep working and keep working. And then you get done, you're like, this is it. Now I just have to stare at a computer all day. So, it's another reason why I started this, because selfishly, I want community and I want something more than, just being Dr. Jen all the time. I want to have different connections with women. And again, since you're not my patient in this program, it's just a different field. It's a more interactive, open, we're learning together.
Right. We teach what we need sometimes, but you're also the co-creatrix together with all the other tribe members, So again, it's going to start the very end of this month, May 2020, and the info session is this coming Tuesday, and we're going to have a link down here so you can sign up for the Eventbrite. This is amazing, Jen, and again, it's this amazing journey, like you said, that people can just feel connection the whole way and just really have time in between to like practice and like you said, commune with the other women in the group. So it sounds amazing, and I can't wait for more women, no matter what they choose, to find those obstacles that are blocking their paths to thriving health, with so many of the amazing modalities, meditation, with your expertise, the essential oils, yoga. So I'm so excited for you, and I'm so excited for people to find more. So if anyone's watching this and they have my information, I'll send you right over to Jen. And of course, we'll have the Eventbrite down here for more information in Jen's website. Anything else you want to share about this, Jen?
No, I would, check it out. Check out the info night. I'll really break down what the program's going to look and feel like, answer your questions. I think that'll kind of just round out this conversation. But, I think it's going to be a really valuable experience, and I hope that you'll join me.
That's awesome. Well, I can't wait to be there. And thank you so much. Again, it's Jen Horton with Rebel Tribe. Thank you, Jen.
Thanks, Jenny.
That's all you do. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.